It feels like AI is transforming everything around us, like, so fast. Sometimes you barely even notice it happening. How do we even uh, make sense of it all without just getting completely swamped?
Yeah, it's a lot. It moves incredibly quickly.
That's exactly what we're trying to do here today. We want to cut through all that noise. We've got a stack of different sources, and we're pulling out the most crucial AI developments happening right now. So we're going to dig into some really significant shifts in, like, data privacy,
Hmm.
and also some critical steps being taken for user safety, especially for younger users.
Right.
Then there's the whole global race for AI dominance heating up.
Absolutely.
And finally, some really surprising ways AI is popping up in education, actually changing how people learn.
And what really ties all these different threads together is this constant balancing act. It's like a tightrope walk.
Hmm.
You've got innovation pushing forward like crazy. Then you have the need for regulation trying to catch up.
Yeah.
And ultimately, how all of this directly impacts you, the person actually using these tools. Understanding these shifts isn't just, interesting trivia. It's really key to figuring out how to navigate this world that's becoming more and more AI-driven.
That's a great way to put it, this balancing act. And speaking of that tension, let's kick things off with a big story that really shows that. It's about the shifting sands of AI privacy. Specifically with Anthropic, the company behind the Claude chatbot. They've just rolled out a pretty significant policy change for their regular users.
This was important.
So up until now, your chat data, the conversations you had with Claude, they weren't used to train their AI models.
Right, that was one of their selling points, kind of.
Exactly. But that's changing big time. You now have until September 28th to actively opt out.
You have to find the button and click it.
Yes. Or else your conversations, even your coding sessions, if you use it for that, will be used to train their AI.
Okay.
And if you don't opt out, they're also extending data retention. How long they keep it? 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this applies to the free, pro, max, and code users. But here's a key thing. Business customers are not affected.
Right. The enterprise carve-out, we see that a lot.
Good deal. It brings you care.
So the strategy here, it's huge, isn't it? I mean, Anthropic publicly frames this as, improving model safety, making it better at coding, reasoning. They say it helps them spot harmful stuff more easily.
Okay, that sounds reasonable on the surface.
Well, yeah. But the underlying truth is almost certainly this massive, insatiable hunger for high-quality conversational data. To keep up with OpenAI, with Google, you absolutely need millions of real-world interactions to train on. It's fuel for the models.
So it's really about competitiveness.
Pretty much. This isn't just some minor policy tweak. It's a reminder that even companies founded on, safe AI principles feel this immense pressure toward grabbing more data. It kind of forces you to ask, is real user privacy becoming a luxury that just doesn't scale in this AI arms race?
And that user experience you mentioned, finding the opt-out, it sounds almost, I don't know, deliberately tricky.
Wow.
Our sources highlighted that new users get to choose when they sign up. Fine. But for existing users, it's a pop-up. Big text says updates to consumer terms and policies. Big accept button. And then way smaller, below that, there's this little toggle switch for training permissions. And guess what? It's automatically set to on.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
So you just click accept, thinking you're agreeing to terms, and boom, you've opted into training.
Exactly. Beyond the immediate privacy issue, what does that do for trust? Like long-term trust in Anthropic, or even the whole AI industry?
Oh, it definitely chips away at trust.
Yeah.
No question. And if you connect this to the wider picture, you see similar fights happening elsewhere, like OpenAI. They're currently fighting a court order demanding they keep all consumer ChatGPT conversations indefinitely, even the ones users thought they deleted.
Indefinitely what?
It's tied to that big lawsuit from the New York Times and other publishers. OpenAI's COO, Brad Lightcap, he called it a sweeping and unnecessary demand. Said it clashes with their privacy promises.
But they're fighting it.
They are. And again, just like Anthropic, their enterprise clients, the ones with special zero data retention deals, they're protected. It's the regular users who are caught in the middle.
Right.
And this really brings up a big question. Where's the FTC in all this? The Federal Trade Commission, the main consumer protection agency in the U.S., they've warned AI companies before about, sneakily changing terms or burying disclosures in the fine print. They said they could take action.
So are they watching this?
Well, that's the thing. They're currently short-staffed, only 3 out of 5 commissioners. So you have to wonder, are they really monitoring these practices as closely as maybe they should be? Or maybe they could be.
That's a good point. Is the watchdog napping?
Or maybe, there's the other side too. Is there a risk that if they regulate too heavily, it just pushes innovation elsewhere, forces companies offshore? It's that tightrope again.
It really is. And if the FTC isn't fully active and the responsibility is shifting more onto users, well, what are the real risks for just the average person using these tools every day? It's a lot to track. But speaking of keeping users safe, there's another really critical area: AI's impact on young people, protecting the next generation.
Yeah, this is crucial.
Let's shift over to Meta. They recently changed their chatbot rules, and it came right after an investigative report, didn't it, which highlighted some serious gaps in their safeguards for minors.
Yes, and these updates are pretty significant, genuinely. Meta is now specifically training its chatbots not to engage with teens on really sensitive topics. We're talking self-harm, suicide, eating disorders,
Right.
or even, potentially inappropriate romantic chat. Instead, the AI is supposed to guide teens towards expert resources.
That sounds like a positive step.
It is. And another key change, they're limiting which AI characters teens can even interact with.
Hmm.
They specifically mentioned removing sexualized chatbots, such as stepmom and Russian girl.
Yeah, those existed for teens.
Apparently.
Yeah.
They're swapping them out for characters focused on education and creativity.
Hmm.
And Meta actually admitted allowing those other types was a mistake, which, is kind of rare for a big tech company to say outright.
Yeah, you don't hear that often.
But it really shows that tension, right, between wanting an open-ended AI and needing strong safety guardrails. And how often safety measures kind of lag behind the tech itself. They're playing catch-up.
And the thing that really forced their hand was that Reuters investigation, wasn't it?
That seems to be the catalyst, yes.
It dug up an internal Meta policy document that, well, it looked like it actually permitted chatbots to have sexual conversations with minors. The report even quoted examples like a line saying, "Your youthful form is a work of art." Understandably, that caused a huge backlash. Senator Josh Hawley launched a probe, and then you had, 44 state attorneys general.
Yeah, a big coalition.
They sent a letter not just to Meta, but other AI companies too, saying they were, and this is a quote, "uniformly revolted by this apparent disregard for kids' well-being."
Strong language.
Very. So Meta calls it a mistake. But given the potential harm, is that enough? Or does it point to something maybe deeper, more systemic in AI development, like prioritizing speed over safety?
It definitely raises those bigger systemic questions, absolutely. It just underscores the massive challenge these companies face.
Yeah.
How do you balance open-ended chat with robust safety, especially for kids? And Meta themselves are calling these current changes interim, which suggests, expect more comprehensive, longer-lasting updates down the road as they keep refining things. They know they need to do more.
Okay, so from individual safety, let's zoom out to the global stage, the bigger picture,
Yeah.
the AI race.
Right, the geopolitics of it all.
We need to talk about India, and specifically Mukesh Ambani, India's richest person, chairman of Reliance Industries. He just announced this massive plan
huge plan.
to build India's entire AI backbone through a brand new subsidiary called Reliance Intelligence.
The scale of this vision is pretty breathtaking. India clearly wants to catch up in this global AI race that's been, pretty much dominated by the U.S. and China so far. Ambani's goal is to create a national-scale AI infrastructure. Think enterprise tools, services across tons of different sectors. He actually said Reliance Intelligence will combine the speed of research with the rigor of engineering.
Catchy phrase.
It is. The aim is basically to turn ideas into actual solutions for India and maybe the world. It's a really bold move to position India as a major AI player.
And he's not going it alone, right? There's some big partnerships involved.
Definitely not. He's lined up some serious players. First, Google Cloud. They're partnering up to build dedicated AI cloud infrastructure in India, starting with a major data center. Google's CEO, Sundar Pichai, even sent a video message saying, this is only the beginning.
Wow. Okay, Google's in. Who else? Then there's Meta, a big joint venture here. Reliance is the major partner, but Meta's involved. They're going to offer Meta's Llama AI models as an enterprise platform as a service.
Right, so businesses can license it.
Exactly. Businesses in India and some other international markets too can take these powerful Llama models and customize them for their own needs. Sales, marketing, IT, customer service, finance, you name it.
So it's about giving Indian businesses the tools.
Yeah, empowering them with cutting-edge AI locally.
And you have to see this as just one piece of a much, much bigger AI ecosystem. Reliance is building like lightning speed. Their main company, Geo, has international plans. They're aiming for an IPO, going public in the first half of 2026.
Okay.
Beyond Google and Meta, there are reports, whispers maybe, of a partnership with OpenAI too.
Mm-hmm.
Details might come when Sam Altman visits India soon. Plus, they already partner with Microsoft for Azure Cloud stuff. And then there's the consumer side.
Right. What about regular people?
They've got Geo AI Cloud, which already has like 40 million users apparently,
Mm-hmm.
offering voice search, an AI creation hub. They've even shown off AI smart glasses called Geo Frames.
Smart glasses, too. They're covering everything.
Pretty much. And they're baking AI into their huge streaming platform, Geo Hotstar.
Hmm.
Think like voice assistants, AI-powered translation of content with voice cloning and even lip syncing to match.
Whoa.
It's incredibly comprehensive. They want to weave AI into basically every layer of Indian society and the economy.
It's staggering. From national infrastructure down to streaming shows, and of course, they've got competition too, right? Party Airtel, their rival, is partnering with Perplexity AI.
That's right. So the race is definitely on within India as well.
Okay, let's bring this back down from the global stage to something maybe more relatable day-to-day for many people, AI in education. Specifically, this platform called MathGPT.ai. We've all heard the worries, students using AI to cheat on homework, teachers not sure how to handle it.
The classic problem.
Well, MathGPT.ai is positioning itself as, get this, an anti-cheating tutor and teaching assistant.
Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting, because it sounds like a genuine shift in how AI could be used in learning. The key difference, the core idea behind MathGPT.ai, is that its chatbot is trained to never just give you the answer directly.
Never. How does it help then?
It uses Socratic questioning, like a good human tutor. It asks guiding questions to make the student think critically, to lead them to the answer themselves.
Ah, so it forces them to engage.
Exactly. It actively makes them think instead of just copy-pasting. So MathGPT.ai isn't just another homework helper. It's trying to pilot this fundamental change. By not giving answers, it flips AI from being an answer machine into more of a facilitator, maybe even fostering deeper critical thinking than, some traditional methods.
That's fascinating. And is it catching on?
Seems like it.
They had a successful pilot at 30 colleges. Now they're expanding to over 50, including big names like Penn State, Tufts, Liberty University. Hundreds of instructors are apparently planning to use it.
That's quite the endorsement. What features does it actually have?
Yeah?
Well, for students, it covers college-level math, algebra, calculus, trig, that sort of thing. And it offers unlimited practice questions that don't count towards their grade. So less pressure to just get it right immediately.
Takes the stress off, lets them actually learn from mistakes.
Right. And for instructors, it sounds like a real helper. It can generate questions, even whole assignments from materials the professor uploads. It does auto-grading.
Saves a lot of time.
For sure. And crucially, new features give professors more control. They can decide when students can use the chatbot for certain assignments, limit the number of tries on a question.
Okay, so guardrails for the instructors, too.
Exactly. And they can even require students to upload pictures of their written work. Helps verify it's actually them doing it. Smart. Addresses the cheating concern directly. What about, safety and accuracy? Always big questions with AI.
Totally.
MathGPT.ai says it has strict guardrails. It won't chat about personal stuff, relationships, the meaning of life, whatever. It sticks strictly to the learning material, unlike, general chatbots that can go anywhere.
Yeah, because of focus.
Yeah. And on accuracy, they're upfront that the AI might make mistakes. But get this. They actually give users gift cards if they report errors.
Seriously, they pay you to find bugs.
Seems so. And they say they have a team of human annotators checking all the content to ensure 100% accuracy. Which, okay, that's a very bold.
Very bold for AI.
But it shows they're really committed to getting the math right.
And anything about accessibility, making sure everyone can use it. Yep, they mentioned that too. Screen reader compatibility and audio mode, closed captions for video lessons. And these lessons are AI narrated.
Okay.
And here's a fun bit. The AI voices can apparently sound like historical figures.
Huh. So you could learn calculus from Isaac Newton.
Or maybe Benjamin Franklin. I don't know, maybe that makes it a bit more engaging.
Could do. So when you step back, what does this all mean for, the future of learning? Well, tools like MathGPT.ai really demonstrate how AI could potentially transform the learning experience. Not just automate, but actually foster deeper understanding. And it directly tackles those fears about AI misuse in schools. It kind of offers a path for integrating AI as a helpful ally. rather than just a cheating tool or a threat in the classroom.
Wow. Okay, what a journey through the AI landscape today. We really covered a lot of ground. We started with those tricky privacy shifts from Anthropic and the ongoing data battles with OpenAI.
The opt-out versus opt-in dilemma.
Then we look at Meta trying to put better safeguards in place for teens online.
Yeah, reacting to that investigation.
Then the huge ambitions of India with Reliance Intelligence aiming for global AI leadership.
That whole ecosystem approach.
And finally, this really innovative Socratic approach of MathGPT.ai, trying to change how education uses AI.
From cheating tool to thinking partner.
Exactly. It just hammers home how fast this AI world is moving, doesn't it? And how all these different things, privacy, safety, global competition, education, they're all interconnected, all shaping what's coming next.
It really does. And, it brings up a crucial question, I think. With all this rapid innovation, all these policy changes happening almost daily, these new features popping up, how much responsibility really lands on you, the listener, the user? How much do you need to actively stay informed, really read the terms, push back, and demand transparency and safety from the AI tools you're starting to use every single day?
Yeah.
It's not really a passive thing anymore, is it? It feels more like an active negotiation.
That's such a good point. It's not passive consumption. And as AI gets woven deeper and deeper into, well, everything, our private chats, our kids learning, the global economy, are we actually ready? Are we prepared for the really complex ethical questions, the economic shifts, the societal changes that are inevitably coming? And maybe the biggest question, how do we collectively make sure this incredibly powerful technology actually serves humanity's best interests in the long run? Something to definitely keep thinking about. Until next time.